Hello, 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 hello. We're on the road again. Trip number 26 and video number 500.
Woohoo!
I'm telling you, I can't believe that we've accomplished that already. We left Strand a while ago. We've just passed Stellenbosch, and as you can see on the thumbnail, we're on our way to the interesting historical settlement of Pniel.
We're traveling on the Halshoogte Pass now.
Yeah.
Between Stellenbosch and Franschhoek. And we haven't been on a road trip in our home province of the Western Cape in 8 months.
Yeah.
Since September of last year, 2023. So over the last year, we've made notes every time we thought of a place we haven't explored yet.
Yes.
And this trip is about exploring those. So we've been through some of them, we've been past some of them, we've been close to some of them, but we've never explored them. And we think when we've done them, the Western Cape will be
Finished.
done. Yes. So I look forward to that. And yeah, join us. We're also happy to say that our fuel for this entire trip has been sponsored
Yes.
by rickysdrift
Yeah.
outside Van Wyksdorp. A huge thank you to Ricky and Louise. We stayed over there during our visit to Van Wyksdorp last year.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Really, it was a beautiful place. I really enjoyed our stay over there, and I'll put some footage in here for you to see what it looks like.
If you're ever in the area, consider staying over. Their contact details will be on the screen and in the description below. As we enter Pniel.
Here we are. This is Pniel.
Look at the astonishing mountains surrounding it. Early on a Friday morning, we left Strand at about 6:30 to avoid most of the Stellenbosch traffic. It's about 7:30 now.
Stellenbosch, Pniel and Franschhoek municipality. Covers quite a big area, this municipality. But the actual reason why we stopped was because of the Halshoogte Pass. Look at that, 1705. Then it was reconstructed in 1854 and 1966. Incredible. And yes, Dusty. 1705. That's crazy.
That is wild. Reconstructed 150 years later, and then another 110 years later. That's crazy. So we spoke to a local gentleman just to confirm the pronunciation of the settlement.
Yeah.
He says we say it too quickly. It's not Pniel, it's Pniel.
Yeah, the emphasis is more on the P, eh?
Well, it's on the P and the N.
Yeah.
We go through it too quickly. So we'll try and say Pniel.
We'll be back, yeah.
It's got such a rich history, which I'll share as we drive through.
Yes.
Dates back quite a long time.
At the foot of this incredible mountain.
Which is it the Simonsberg?
But no, I think it's that.
figure that out still.
Yeah.
Sports grounds, they look nice.
Yeah, they do, eh? School.
And it's the beginnings of winter time.
You can feel it.
And your lens mists up sometime.
It does. Like at the moment, I think it's a bit misty. Pniel Primary School. Pniel, sorry.
Coronation Cricket Club. Sports seems big in Pniel.
Yeah, it does.
This cricket club has a black and white kitty. And then Boschendal, the wine estate, is very close to here.
Oh, yes.
You can see some of their offices and buildings are here.
So I think we're through Pniel.
I think so. First order of business is breakfast.
Yes. Let's see what we can find here.
The OK Mini Market. Right. Perfect, let's see.
Yep. We had to stop here to have our breakfast. 2 cappuccinos and 2 toasted chicken and mayo sandwiches. But this place is stunning with the autumn colors.
What a beautiful spot for breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Incredible.
you know, these autumn colors are my favorite. When the leaves turn yellow, red and brown.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Let the exploring commence.
Yes, ma'am. Tummies are full.
Yes. I have to get that out the way.
Now immediately I have to turn right, yeah?
Into Riverside, I would agree with you. Sun is rising fast.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful morning. Petite pre-primary. Okay, this is what I was looking for.
Yes.
The Pniel Museum and the Congregational Church.
We're going to struggle to get that right now. We taught ourselves the wrong pronunciation.
Exactly.
Not that that's the end of the world, eh?
Yeah. I'm going to stop right here.
And I think before you get out, I want to... Oh, the gentleman wants to do the leaves.
Okay.
Let him finish first.
Yes.
All right, so before you take your walk, this is the background on Pniel.
Okay.
The Stellenbosch district had one of the largest slave populations in the Cape. In 1799, close to 11,000 slaves, mostly from East Africa, Madagascar, India and the East Indies, were recorded as living in Stellenbosch. On 1 December 1834, slavery came to an end in the Cape, leaving the now freed slaves landless and homeless. In the same year, the owners of the farm De Goede Hoop donated 19 hectares of land to establish a missionary settlement for freed slaves. This settlement was called Pniel. Pniel means face of God, taken from Genesis 32:30. So Jacob called the name of the place Pniel, For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. That is the King James Version.
Wow, that's interesting, eh?
Way back, eh?
Yeah.
That is 190 years, if my math serves me. Yes.
Listen, I'm going to take a walk there and have a look at these monuments.
You do that.
The first thing I want to say is that this is the museum, but it's closed now. They only open at 10 o'clock, but we're going to have to wait for them to open. I can't not come to this museum. I have to just get used to saying Pniel and not Pniel. In commemorating our heritage, the Pniel Museum was officially opened by two of our eldest congregants. Fantastic! 18 May 2013. Carl de Wet, 89 years, and Martha Maria Skeepers, 91 years. That's fantastic. I love that. Okay, this here opposite the museum is what they call die Werf, the yard, and there's a few monuments I want to go and check out over here. This is the church bell tower, or the congregation bell tower, and the bell is still there. I love it. Pniel Congregational Church bell tower, dedicated to the glory of God, in memory of our slave ancestors and all those who served this church and community faithfully. The lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. Indeed, my heritage is beautiful to me. Psalm 16 verse 6. This concrete tree stump has got some significance. The Bell Tree monument was built approximately where the original bell tree, a majestic oak tree, used to grow. In the absence of a belfry, the first church bell, also known as the slave bell, hung from one of the tree's branches. From here, the beautiful sound could be heard throughout the valley, calling people to worship, but also reminding them of the hardships of slavery. The tree became a prominent landmark and welcome shelter from the scorching sun in summer or a storm during winter. This monument symbolizes the traditions and character of the townspeople in a very big way. The tree was severely damaged during a storm in 1945, and like many of the lovely oak trees in die Werf, became expendable due to development during the 1970s. The monument was unveiled in 2003 by the Reverend P. Coltman under the watchful eye of local minister Reverend L. Kate, craftsmanship by Mr. Arthur U.S. Williams. It's a pity that the original tree was removed, but at least they're commemorating it. Oh wow, this is about slavery. Look at these shackles. South African National Heritage Council, reviving Ubuntu for national reconciliation. Never, never and never again shall be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. Nelson Mandela, May 1994. Unveiled by Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, former president of Zambia, 19th October 2007. Wowzer. These look like birds flying. This is the Freedom Monument. This slave memorial was unveiled by the Reverend E. Du Plessis on 11 September 1993. It is one of the only 4 such monuments in South Africa in memory of the abolition of slavery in 1838. The artwork is by Leon de Bleek, who explains his creation. The concept of freedom cannot be appreciated outside the concept of captivity. Light can also not be experienced without the experience of darkness. The ancestors of Pniel bear testimony to that in the artwork. The dove symbolizes freedom, the flame love, and the fountain life. The idea implicit in the monument is that we will always remember the indignities and suffering our ancestors had to endure, but also their unfaltering faith in God. Rededicated by Reverend Leon Clayt on 1 December 2011 and unveiled by artisan Arthur Henry Williams.
The gentleman who is blowing the leaves here.
Yes.
His name is Nickel.
Yes.
Very passionate about this place.
Yeah.
But you can see how it's looked after, my angel. Did you see most of the trees have these protective barriers around them?
I see that, yeah.
Did you see that plaque where the young boy is leaning on now? I think that's one you missed.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can check that out when we come back to the museum.
Yep.
So we're moving over to the United Congregational Church. Pniel Congregational Church. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Laning.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
But I think this is not for the church.
No. It is stunning, eh?
This must be to a private property.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone wants to come out here now. So it's got its own story while Nicole tries to locate France to see if we can get inside. Maybe I read up a bit about that.
Yes.
There's another bell tower. Do you see?
Yeah. And there's some monuments and graves here, it looks like.
Oh, look at this church with this backdrop of the mountain.
Look how beautiful these trees are trimmed, eh?
Yeah. No, they look after Pniel, eh? And their heritage.
That's for sure.
Let me read a bit about the Pniel United Congregational Church, just for
Yes.
background. In 1843, Reverend J.F. Stagman was appointed as the first leader of the Pniel congregation at the young age of just 18 years old. He was born nearby on the now famous farm Babylonstoren which we visited on the
Yes.
tram, and knew the area and its people well. He served the community of Pniel for 67 years until his death in 1910. Reverend Stachman was not only the religious leader of Pniel, but he was also schoolmaster and teacher, and handled all social, economic, political and law enforcement matters of the town. The original church building was built in 1843 and was expanded in 1865. The original wing is called the Kloof Wing, referring to the surrounding valley with the church built in the shape of a cross.
Wow.
The church bell tower was erected in 1938 and was funded by the Women's Lodge, dedicated in memory of Reverend Stachman.
Sure, 1843. Huh?
Unbelievable.
1843, and this tower was built in 1938. This is their hall. So they're having a funeral here tomorrow, and this is what this is for. And then they do the viewing over here, and then after that they go to the church in there. So this one was Pniel Congregational Community Hall. The stone was laid by Mr. James Edwin Miller in memory of the late Mr. Jafta and Mrs. Evelyn Arendse, 17th of June 1972. Reverend Johann Frederik Stegman was born at Babylon's Toren at Groot Drakenstein, 9th of May 1825, and he passed away the 24th of May 1910. I think this is their memory wall. So those mountains behind the church there are the Simonsberg mountains.
Yes.
And then these are the...
Klein Drakenstein mountains.
Okay, interesting.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Nico.
Bye.
We met 3 amazing gentlemen today, honestly.
Incredible.
Nicole Daniels,
Yes.
he actually works at the museum and the yard. And then Frans Boonzaier in the Pniel Congregational Church. And then Ruben November. He was the headmaster of the secondary school for 23 years.
Wow.
And a teacher for 37 years.
Incredible.
His father had the woodworking post and he took over the woodworking post from his father.
The history is incredible.
And the people are wildly friendly and welcoming. Let's go hit suburbia.
Yes. The next one, right, I'm just going to take it.
I want to share something that Ruben told me.
Yes.
That Reverend Stachman, you know, the first minister of the church.
Yeah, he's buried there at the church.
Yes.
Yes.
He made a law in town that no liquor was allowed to be sold here. And no liquor is sold in Pniel until today.
Serious?
And he says the minister, I'm not sure of the name, I don't think it was Stachman, could have been, I'm not sure, was standing on the porch of the parsonage, and someone was walking over the yard and he had a bag with him. And he called him over, he said, what's in the bag? And he opened the bag and it was wine.
Yes.
I can imagine those with the ears like palpalay. Yes. So he said, and this? He says, no, it's me and another friend who clubbed together. We bought this together. He says, well, okay, seeing that half is yours, I'd like you to pour out half right here. He says, I would gladly do it. The problem is that my half is the bottom half. Cute story.
That's brilliant, eh? That is brilliant.
So it's only the second town which you and I have visited
Exactly, I wanted
that
to
they
say
don't
that.
sell liquor.
Yeah.
He says not that they don't consume liquor, but they can't buy it here.
So there's no liquor stores or anything like that.
He says someone wanted to open a pub, but the community said no. Very interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant story.
Let's have a look. You know, these people with a view over these incredible mountains.
They're surrounded, eh? The Simonsberg this side and Klein Drakenstein that side. It's insane. Look at this beautiful tree.
This one?
Yeah.
Frangipani. I know the flowers.
Oh, this reminds me of my grandmother's house. Years ago, it looked like this.
Did she also sit on the porch like that?
Yes.
Some modern houses up
Ah,
here.
nice big houses, eh?
This is a new build.
Sure.
Still busy.
Very pretty houses, yeah.
Now this is what attracted us when we drove through here a few months ago. Is just the beauty of all the mountains.
Exactly.
Little did we know the history will happen upon.
Yeah, true.
That looks almost like a plantation vibe, doesn't it?
That's definitely a plantation.
Beautiful trees in town.
Look at this, yeah, no swimming.
Okay.
A little lake.
A dam, it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty. Got little water lilies on it.
friendly, folks.
With a house right at the top there.
Yes. Oh, I thought we could get higher.
I was hoping we could, eh?
Private property here. Oh, it's the reservoirs.
Yep. Yeah, this is the reservoirs.
Waterworks, yeah. Water treatment.
It's a cul-de-sac this, but I'll go down here.
Whenever I see that it's the Stellenbosch municipality, I forget that we're so close to Stellenbosch. It's literally a hop, skip and a jump. Okay, you see here, it's the Pniel Boulodrome. Do you think they play bulls there? Is it bulls?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those silver balls.
Never heard of it.
I'm sure there's something called bulls. So boulet or patanque in French is that game of the silver balls.
Yes.
Apparently it's big here. They play against Franschhoek. So they practice here and then they have proper courts there by the sports grounds. And yeah, we met we saw the reigning champion, the gentleman, from afar.
But this, imagine practicing here and you've got this view. Stunning.
Wow. And the friendliest people.
I don't know what this little dam is called over here, but I know there's like a little stream on the map that comes down into the little dam and then out of it, and they call that Pniel Kloof.
Okay. With that beautiful mountain as the backdrop.
Sure.
They say there's a W when you look at it from a certain angle.
Yes.
I think we saw it, but I can't remember from where.
I must be honest, I did look, but I struggled to see it.
We're going down Starking Road. I think this is more grape growing area.
Yes,
isn't it?
Definitely.
They might be growing apples, I don't know. But maybe they just love their apples.
I think it's more vineyards. Oh, look at these cute houses.
Oh, lemons. Thick-skinned lemons.
They're still green.
I know, I won't ask you to pick some for me.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ah,
They're so friendly, eh?
incredible. And they love their dogs.
Yes.
It's a nice characterful street, eh?
Yes.
As you tramp the acorns or branches, whatever they are.
It was, yeah.
No wonder this is a one-way.
Yes.
Wow, close to your neighbours, yeah, eh?
The narrow street.
Listen, I heard yet another pronunciation of the little settlement. Pniel.
Yes, I heard.
Pniel.
France in the church said Pniel.
And Ruben too, Pniel.
And others say Pniel.
And you and I started off by Pniel.
Yes.
Take your pick.
Yeah, we try to be as accurate as possible.
There are variations though.
Yeah.
Trees are awesome. Autumn has set in. All right. Oh, can I please share something else that Ruben shared with me?
Okay.
He's Ruben November, right?
Yes.
So we have now learned about the slave background of Pniel.
Yes.
So I've always wondered, because we've often met people with months for surnames.
Yes.
Like we've met Januaries, Februaries, Aprils, Septembers, Octobers and Novembers.
Yes.
I've never met a June or July or
No.
August or December, but there could very well be. So they got their surnames by when the slaves arrived at the harbour in Cape Town.
No.
So for example, his forefathers, ancestors came from Madagascar, and in the slave register was written November from Madagascar. So they were given the name of the month they arrived in,
Crazy.
and they still carry those surnames until today.
That's incredible. I never knew that.
I also never knew that. I found that wildly interesting.
Pure.
So their surnames were basically taken away. They don't know now what their surnames used to be. Now they are November. And some people have changed their surnames. Streets are narrow.
Pure.
Oh, and they don't only play petanque here, they fly racing pigeons.
Yes, they said that's what they love doing here. They say often if you come driving through here, you'll see pigeons.
Yes. Very nice looking building, clubhouse they have.
Yeah, I hope there's a gate where we can go in.
There is, but
Yeah.
a pedestrian gate.
I want to drive in. Cricket club, yeah, we are.
Oh, okay, and left to the sports club. Shall we go left first?
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, you and I struggle with a W.
There, that you could if you let me just zoom into there. I think that in the center of the screen is the W.
Oh, with a little peak.
Yes, between the two big peaks and then a little peak in between them, that shapes the W, and it looks like a W now.
It does. I wasn't sure that they were talking about that particular section of the mountain, but that would make sense.
Because the W is for those people who, there's many Williams that live in the area.
Yes.
And they say their forefathers walked up there and carved it out with a hammer and chisel.
And even Willemse.
Willemse, yes.
They have serious floodlights.
Yep.
There's no question that this is fully operational.
You can see they take their sport serious here. Frans in the church, son plays rugby and he's in George and he's playing for a club over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, they have fenced off to keep it in this shape. There's a guy
Practicing.
training, yeah.
Yes.
Like the stand. Yeah, I like it.
That's pretty, eh?
Very neat. Are those dugouts?
It is the dugout. In America they call it dugouts.
That's
yeah.
what I remember, yeah.
This is very neat. I'm really impressed with this facility. It's big, you can see there's a lot of people that come and support their teams to play here. I can imagine the noise going, hey! Druk uit 3! There's someone training. He's big enough to be a forward. There's exercise equipment. I suppose anybody can come up there and use it. That's fantastic. I just spoke to these gentlemen here standing by this car, and they say it's a pity there's no game going on. He says because the atmosphere here is crazy. He says it's like a curry cup game or something going on the way they enjoy the rugby here.
Really?
He says the community loves their sport.
Is this the snake catcher?
Yeah, the one guy with the bye-bye with the blue t-shirt, he says he's a snake catcher. And in COVID times, he helped out somebody and he caught a puff adder, and the puff adder bit him on his left arm. And he almost lost his arm, and there was no anti-venom in the area. And what he did was he ate lemon peels, and that helped him through it, and he's fine now.
Wow.
Puff
And I
adder,
suppose
yeah.
they couldn't get anti-venom in.
No. They went to Mediclinic, they went everywhere. No anti-venom.
Wow.
That's his netball and a basketball.
Yes,
court.
hoops, eh?
Yeah.
So if we turn left, I think this is the cricket club,
Yes.
but we're still looking for that petanque court.
That's what I want to see what it looks like.
So the gentleman says we passed it,
Yes.
but we'll go back now.
Yeah.
Very neat sports facilities Pniel has, eh?
They take it serious here. You can see it.
Yeah, actually one can.
They love their sport. Oh, no, I don't see a cricket pitch. Oh, there's a cricket pitch we passed at the top there.
Yes,
yes.
no,
I saw
it
the
is
pitch
there.
there. Yes,
Yes.
I remember now.
And the nets.
Yeah.
Coronation Cricket Club.
They've got all sorts of going on over here. Eh? There's a rugby field at the top there. 2 rugby fields.
So where's the petanque place?
Yes, the petanque. Right here. This is where they play petanque.
On
this
tar?
Yes, it looks like it. So it's just like a tar surface. And they throw those balls around over here.
I don't know about throwing. I would
Bowling
imagine
or
rolling.
I'd like to know how it got the name petanque. I suspect it's the noise the balls make when they hit each other.
Yeah, it being steel and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still not sure of the pronunciation of the. I still feel it's bull or bulls. But what do I know?
Oh no. Petanque is cool.
Yeah, let's stick to petanque.
Yeah. So I think it's time that we go to the museum.
Yes.
I did miss something here in the yard, die Werf, which I want to go and check.
I just want to share 2 short paragraphs about the Pniel Museum.
Okay.
I understood from Ruben November that this was the original parsonage, but here it says the Pniel Museum was once the original farmhouse of the farm Papieren Molen and dates back to 1780. The museum tells the history of this former mission station and how Pniel grew and developed into the peaceful village it is today.
Welcome to Pniel. The village of Pniel, the name taken from Genesis 32:30 and meaning face of God, was established as a mission station by the Apostolic Union in 1843. This is where freed slaves and other blacks found an abode to start a new life after the abolition of slavery on the 1st of December 1838. The mission station was started on a very small piece of land donated by the owners of Good Hope for the purpose of a school and church for the freed slaves. This is where the church building is still standing today. In December 1843, the farm Papieren Molen was bought and added to the original grant to form the village of today. This area with monuments where you are standing today is called the Werf, referring to the Plaaswerf of the original farm. The building to your far right, which at present houses the Pniel Museum, is the original farmhouse of the farm dating back to 1780, just as Sonia told us just now. We are proud to honored to welcome you in Pniel because we believe in Psalm 16 verse 6. Die meetsnoere het vir my in lieflike plekke geval. Ja, my erfenis is vir my mooi. How wonderful are your gifts to me, how good they are. Unveiled 1st of December 2017 by Mr. Ahmad Katrada and Ms. Hocken. I love these organs. Yeah. One of the oldest organs of our church, played by Sir Clasie van Graan and choir leader of the 1950s and later by J. de Wet. Wow. I think you read this. Pause and read. It's the whole history. Establishment and growth of the Pniel congregation. This is the kitchen. Oh. Where they used to cook. How's these irons? old parsonage. This very old clock for the mantelpiece is a replica of one that belonged to Uncle Stephanus de Wet, donated by his daughter. Pedal organ that belonged to Minister Claasie van Graan, organist and choir master of the 1950s. Canada, kyk daar. Epiconders. Iemand is vol nikke, that's what I know. Iemand vang draad, die persoon verstaan. Het jy Myers gesê aan iemand wat nie tot rus kan kom nie? Trim die toppe, slaan 'n 6. It's for cricket. Trim die toppe, slaan 'n 6. Suig sy bloed, maak die bowler moeg, suig sy bloed. I love it. Slaves purchased by Willem Adrian van der Stel between 1699 and 1707. And this was the gentleman, Mr. November, we met there at the church, who told us incredible stories. He was principal at the Pniel primary school from 1997. They haven't updated it yet. Crazy. You can see they love these sports here. Tennis, netball, pigeon racing, yeah. Pniel Rugby Springboks. Ivor Pietermaritzburg, Trevor Adams, Trevor Empathy. Wow. Henry Davids. Henry Williams. Stacey LeKay. That's fantastic. You can see they love it. I am so chuffed with this community. That's why their sports does so well. This is where they make them. So this is the tea garden, and this sculpture was donated by the University of Stellenbosch to the museum. Stegman Garden. The entrance to the Stegman Garden was copied from Babylon's Toren, the farm from where our first minister, Reverend Johann Stegman, originated. The roses are probably a mixture of Madame Plantier and Mrs. John Lang, which is recorded in a book by Gwen and Harvey Fagan. Many thickets of these roses used to grow in the Pniel gardens along the main road and also in the graveyard. It is from this graveyard that the Fagans took a small part of the MME Plantier, which quickly formed a large plant in the Boschendal garden. Gwen and Harvey Fagan, when the structure of the museum garden was erected, some of the roses were retrieved from Boschendal and quickly adapted to their new home to form these beautiful plants. Look at this. This is a rose plant. Look at this, how it grows. Can you imagine what it looks like when it blooms? And yes, roses over here. And that mountain is ever present. And this is where they have, when they've had a tour group, they come over here and they have a tea party, drinks and eats and stuff like this. Tomorrow they're having art classes here and someone giving a lecture about how to do research on your family tree. So they're a really active community. So that massive rose bush, Samantha, the curator of the museum, tells me that when it's in bloom, there's red, yellow, white, pink flowers throughout that whole bush. She says it's got to be pruned now, again, but it's like incredibly beautiful when it's in bloom.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine what that thing looks like?
Yeah, it's huge, eh?
Massive. That was an interesting stop.
So they're very into their heritage and into their sports.
Big time
Pniel.
the sport.
And culture.
Yeah.
So there's no entry fee as such for the museum.
No.
If you can just stop here, the museum is run by the Pniel Erfenis en Kultuur Trust, the Pniel Heritage and Culture Trust.
Yes.
So while I was waiting for you, I saw here, I think Wasn't this the preschool
Yes,
that we
it is
saw?
the preschool, yes.
Here I see Adam Small Festival, Dream Big in Afrikaans. So for those who don't know, Adam Small was a writer, mostly in
Okay.
Afrikaans. And there seems to be an annual Adam Small Festival now
Okay.
in Pniel. So they're big on their culture.
No, definitely.
And I think that's also run by the PICT, the Pniel Heritage and Culture Trust.
Okay.
There's a cornerstone.
I can't see anything on there. I can't see the date.
I wonder what this was then.
I'm sure it was all part of the farmstead. So we figured out that cornerstone was laid in 1990.
For the petite pre-primary,
Yes.
which it seems to still be today.
It is, yes.
Yes. And the Pniel Congregational Church office is also located there next to the museum.
Okay, I didn't know
So
that.
everything here is close together.
Yeah. So let's start heading out of Pniel.
Yes. Oh, as the beautiful autumnal colors on the leaves flash by in the background.
Beautiful.
We are leaving Pniel.
Yep, done and dusted.
What a beautiful surprise this little village was.
Crazy. I'm so glad you suggested that we come and see it.
Yeah, me too.
Fantastic.
How the community preserves its heritage is really to be commended. It's fantastic to see how well they look after their monuments and their buildings and their grounds.
Yeah.
And of course, their incredible natural beauty with these mountains that surround the village.
Yeah.
Truly a spectacular area.
No, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us in this episode. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the next episode.